Police Interceptors. A team of elite officers, equipped with a fleet of performance patrol cars, a highly trained dog unit,
Barrow, send the dog!
and the tools to deliver justice straight to your door.
Hey!
They are on the front line in the battle to drive crime off the streets of Cumbria. So sit back, buckle up, and start your engines. Coming up, a trip to the boozer sparks pandemonium.
That's the gas main.
If something ignites, there will be an immense explosion.
Knock, knock, it's the Interceptors.
Please!
And cows cause chaos in Carlisle.
Should any of these cattle bolt, then unfortunately they're going to have to be disposed of.
Cumbria is the jewel of the northwest. Its beautiful scenery attracts over 40 million tourists each year. But the officers who police it rarely have time to admire the views. Cumbrian cops are kept busy fighting urban crime in the county's major city and towns, patrolling miles of winding rural routes, and looking after a 67-mile stretch of the M6. A place like this needs a special kind of police force. Equipped with the rugged Volvo V70, pursuit and firearm trained, the Cumbrian Interceptors are prepared for anything this county and its criminals can throw at them. It's Friday night, and the Interceptors are out on patrol. Behind the wheel of the mighty V70 is Martin Bainbridge. He's an elite pursuit driver who's been on the force for 7 years. And alongside him is Nick Johns. They're both on the hunt for road-going wrong-uns. As Friday night turns into the small hours of Saturday morning, they're patrolling the M6 near Kendal when they get a call about an incident on a country road nearby.
We've had a report of a car that's crashed into a wall of a pub about 15 miles from here. Ambulance has been called. There's a report of gas or steam escaping from the car. So we're making ground for that area and deal with whatever we see. There might be drink drivers or it might just be a genuine collision.
They're heading to a small village called Sandside on the banks of the Kent estuary. As they approach the scene, news comes in that there's more to this incident than a car coming a cropper on a bendy B road.
To confirm there is a large gas main that's been ruptured at the scene.
A large gas main has been ruptured and there's gas escaping, so we need to be very careful.
The driver has apparently crashed into and cracked open a gas main. This is a serious situation.
What is that noise?
That's the gas main.
Right, let's get everybody away. Evacuate.
That's the gas main, you can hear it a mile away.
It's clear by the ear-splitting noise how much gas is escaping. One spark could transform the scene into a fireball. This area needs to be evacuated, and fast. The landlord of the Ship Inn and his family are now safely behind a 200-metre police cordon. And Nick has also found the driver of the crashed car. It seems the Ship isn't the first boozer he's entered tonight.
He's been drinking, so he needs to get away from here first. This chap who's the driver of the car, he said he's been drinking. So you've been arrested for being unfit to drink, okay? You've literally the driver of the vehicle and you've been drinking, okay?
The driver's under arrest. But Nick and Martin's concern is with the people whose lives he's put in danger.
We've managed to get the people out of the properties and we're just in the process of evacuating properties over to the left of the Ship Inn. If something ignites, there will be an immense explosion. The amount of gas that's coming out of there could be pretty serious.
The pub's landlord and his family have had a rude awakening and a narrow escape.
We were lying in bed, obviously, about 2:45 this morning. Heard a huge bang. Just come running down the stairs to see what it was. A lot of debris in the bar area and an almighty noise of escaping gas. And they're notorious for coming down here when it's wet and can't handle a little bend at the bottom. And he's just come straight on, straight over the top of the mainline gas, hit that and then straight into the public house. But because there had been a spark, that would have been the end of that.
I'm just mindful not to use my radio or anything like that because it could set off an explosion. That was very, very, very lucky, these people. We could be looking at multiple fatalities now.
The driver might not have caused any injuries, but his worries are far from over.
It wasn't practical to do a breath test at the scene, so I've arrested him straight away. And colleagues have taken him to Kendal Police Station. He's gone through the evidential drink drive procedure and he's blown 76, which is double the legal limit for driving, the legal limit being 35, and that's over an hour and a half after the incident.
An emergency unit from the gas company arrives to stem the flow. As an extra precaution, the fire service is spraying water to help dissipate the gas, reducing the risk of it igniting.
All the residents have been safely evacuated to the village hall and they're safe now, so they'll stay in there until we can get this capped off and hopefully the gas board can get it capped off without any further incident.
After an hour's work, the team capped the fractured pipe, allowing Nick and Martin to give the scene a proper examination. The crashed car has caused a whole heap of damage, but one small spark and we could have been looking at a bomb site.
The residents are all going back in now. It's a good end result. Nobody's been injured and we've got a drink driver in custody, so we'll investigate it normally and see what the courts have to say when he has his day.
The driver was found guilty of driving whilst drunk and was fined £100 plus costs and banned from driving for 2 years. The next time he enters a pub, he'll be walking. Coming up, any old iron, a metal thief does a runner.
Vehicle's just taken off looking for a tipper coming your direction.
A rogue Range Rover on the M6.
Mike November 1 for blockers, move out, move out.
And the Interceptors tell it like it is.
If you make any movements, you will be put to the floor.
Coming up, wise words from the Interceptors.
Probably good advice is not to go into private property at 5 in the morning.
A drunk who doesn't want to go home.
You've been given an order to leave the town, haven't you?
And a U-turn on the M6.
Bear with me if I slam on a bit to get across.
With Britain in the midst of a recession, the second-hand car market is bigger than ever. Last year, we spent over £35 billion on used motors. But the cops advise that as well as giving any potential purchase a mechanical once-over, it's always best to check exactly where it's come from, or a bargain buy could leave you out of pocket and going to work on the bus. It's Monday morning, and Interceptor Phil Bradbury is patrolling the M6 motorway near Penrith. So far, it's been a quiet shift, but then Phil gets a call that a stolen car is heading in his direction.
We've got a stolen Range Rover possibly coming south. It's got a stolen marker on it. We're just going to set up to stop the vehicle.
But there's a problem. The stolen car is heading south, whilst Phil is heading north. He's got a tricky and potentially dangerous manoeuvre ahead of him.
So what we're going to be doing is going through the centre of the motorway and joining the southbound carriageway, so bear with me if I slam on a bit to get across.
Don't try this at home, folks. Even though Phil is advanced driver and pursuit trained, crossing 3 lanes of fast-moving motorway traffic takes skill, precision, and most importantly, balls of steel. Once Phil has safely negotiated his way onto the hard shoulder, it's time to get the details on the suspect motor.
The messages that are coming through at the minute are basically saying that this car was obtained by fraudulent means. We're looking for a grey Range Rover.
Phil's not flying solo. Other interceptors are moving in.
We've got a couple of patrols up ahead of us, one to slow the traffic down and just another one further on with a view to stinging its tyres if it fails to stop for me.
All they have to do now is wait.
You normally see loads of Range Rovers, I haven't seen one yet. It's like playing poker.
Just when Phil's about to throw in his hand, the Range Rover makes an appearance.
Mike November 14B, blockers, move out, move out, move out. Vehicle plumped in lane 2, speed 70.
The target car is a 4-litre V8 Range Rover Sport, a seriously tasty motor with a top speed of 130. If it doesn't want to stop, it's got the legs to give Phil the slip.
Still 60 miles an hour lane 3.
Phil's going to wait for his colleagues at the next junction before attempting the stop.
Bike 14, 1 mile marker for 41, lane 2, 60 miles an hour.
How many occupants can we see?
No, negative, can't see. Half mile marker for 41.
With another interceptor in place behind him, it's time to move.
Going for stop. Hard shoulder.
It's a textbook stop. Now it's up to Phil to find out what's going on.
How you doing? Can you do us a favour, just take that out of there. Right. The car apparently has been bought under fraudulent means. I don't know if you bought it recently or something.
Under fraudulent means?
That's what we've been told. There's a mark on the vehicle to stop and seize it. If you just jump out with us, tell you what.
Yeah.
Do you want to pop that for us? Just jump in the back of there if you would, fella. Just on that side. Yeah, if you would.
With a potential fraud involving the car, Phil decides to have a chat with the driver to find out a little bit more about what's happening, whilst Sergeant Graham Hodgson deals with the passenger.
There's 2 markers on it, one against being stolen in Edinburgh, and the other one's is to do with some sort of fraud. It hasn't said where. They're ringing the force that's put that on, but that's what they're trying to find out. Because sometimes these things, they get put on, they get sorted, and they never get taken off.
The driver says he's borrowed the Range Rover from a friend. Wonder if they'll still be buddies when he comes back without the motor.
What we've basically got is a car that somewhere down the line's been bought by somebody fraudulently. It's a finance thing. It's been purchased by an individual, sold on. That person won't give it back to the bank because they've bought a £50,000 car for 20 grand. Good bargain. I won't mind that myself. So we're going to seize the car on behalf of the police force that's dealing with it. The gents aren't under arrest because we don't actually know who's done the original fraud. So once that's sorted, we'll just stay with the car. The individuals will be allowed to go.
It's time to say goodbye to the Chelsea tractor and swap it for a lift to the services in the V70.
Thanks a lot. OK, sir.
You might not think it to look at him, but Phil is the constabulary's answer to Gokwan, and he reckons the driver's threads were far from fabulous.
He gave the appearance of being a businessman, as in when I got up to the window he's dressed in a Ralph Lauren shirt and looked quite clean and tidy, and when he steps out he's got crappy looking trousers on and a pair of trainers, so it's almost like he's trying to give the impression that he should be in that car. Whereas if he was upside down driving with his feet, you wouldn't think he was supposed to be in that car, because his trainers are about £5 a pair. They've been sent on the way. They're going down the train station to carry on with the journey down to London, and we'll keep the car. Luckily we had enough patrols on today. There's always loads of us on, so beware. We'll get you.
Whilst the driver and his passenger faced a long and miserable bus ride south, the finance company who owned the Range Rover were absolutely delighted when the motor was safely returned to them. It's the small hours of the morning, and working the graveyard shift behind the wheel of the mighty Volvo V70 is Interceptor Steve Wakefield. He likes nothing better than banging up baddies. He and his partner, Nicola Welton, are cruising the quiet streets of Carlisle when they get a call about some suspicious behaviour on an industrial estate a few miles away.
We've just had a report of a male in a transit van at a premises in Dalston, which is a village just outside Carlisle, possibly stealing scrap metal. So we're just on our way there, see if we can catch him in the act.
It's a short drive, and when they arrive, the man who'd made the call is there to point them in the right direction.
Oh, can we get round the back?
Yes. To be honest, it's open. If you go around that side there, you can walk right round.
Right.
While Steve checks out the rear of the building,
This way. Quick.
Nicola clocks a truck making a quick getaway from a neighbouring car park.
747. Yeah. Vehicle's just taken off as we think. Looking for a tipper coming your direction.
They're after a tipper truck. No match for the Interceptor's Volvo. But just in case, another unit's on its way to offer support.
Andy, don't know which way to come out of Barrow Lane Industrial Estate. If we head out towards the 595, if you head towards Barrow Lane, hopefully you'll come across it.
Yeah, we'll do. We're virtually Barrow-in-Furness now, so I think it's probably gone towards 595.
The truck can only have gone one of two ways, and with the other unit covering the west side of the industrial estate, Steve heads in the opposite direction.
This vehicle appears to have just made off from where we were. This appears to be it, just here.
Steve spotted some tail lights turning into a driveway.
595, we'll go back towards Carlisle and out that way.
There he is, got him.
Coming in from the separate direction.
What have you been up to?
I haven't been up to anything.
Well, you just dived off from where we've just been.
I've just come from there.
Right, jump out, let's have a word. Why have you gone when you've seen the cops there?
Why have I gone? Because I was going there.
Come and have a seat with us. Follow my colleague this way.
Just grab yourself a seat in there.
One flatbed truck full of scrap metal plus one dodgy-looking geezer equals two suspicious interceptors.
Situation is, we've had a report of somebody stealing scrap metal from the back of that building.
Right.
We arrived to have a look. Next thing we know...
no, it looks a bit sus, like, but...
Well, you weren't hanging about, were you? Have you got permission to be removing scrap at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning from this?
I'm not moving scrap there.
What were you doing there?
What was I doing there? Looking for my back tin, which I lost about 2 weeks ago.
Looking for?
My tobacco tin, which I lost about 2 weeks ago.
So at 5 in the morning you've decided to go and look for a tobacco tin in the back of a... when it's dark? Wouldn't it be better to look for something in daylight?
It would be better in daylight, but I was just passing this way, so...
You realise that sounds like a completely suspect answer.
But as I say, that's the genuine reason why I was there.
Just at the moment we're trying to establish whether or not there's a complaint, whether or not he's stolen anything at the moment we need to establish. So our colleagues are going back to see if we can find out what's missing while we hold on to this chap, find out what the story is. So far, he's telling me he's lost his tobacco tin, and that's what he was looking for. Obviously, at 5 in the morning, I don't really buy that at the moment.
Scrap metal theft is a massive problem for police across the country. It's estimated to cost the UK economy nearly £800 million each year. If this lot turns out to be stolen, it could be worth a serious amount of cash.
In order to go through it, we're probably going to have to seize it to go through it all.
Oh, you're joking, man.
No.
Every time, like. I'm just trying to get on with my life, you know what I mean?
Yeah, probably good advice is not to go into private property at 5 in the morning and ratchet about.
Well, that's fair
Then you're
comment.
probably not going to get stopped and harassed by the cops, are you?
Fair comment, fair comment.
He's unable to explain what he's been doing, why he's made off from police. We don't know what, if any, on board that vehicle is stolen property. Obviously, we've got an allegation of suspicion that there is something there, so the likelihood at the moment is that he'll be arrested on suspicion of theft of scrap metal.
The other unit have radioed in from the industrial estate. It's bad news for this late-night ciggy seeker.
Our colleagues have been back to where you were just seen, and in the back of the premises there has been a disturbance in the property that's there. There's some metal being removed. Whether it's you or not, we don't know at this stage. But at this moment in time, I'm arresting you on suspicion of theft of property, of metal.
This ne'er-do-well's just been nicked, but he's only got one thing on his mind.
Give it a cigarette.
You got any on you?
In the van,
Right, OK, just in the front. Right, you'll have to wait there for now, right?
The Rizzlers, the lighter, and the back is in the bag,
Right, OK.
Smoking is bad for your health, and it's not going to help him get out of this tricky situation either. Even if his baccy is missing its precious tin.
Backy, Rizzlers, lighter. Hey, don't say I don't do things for people.
He may be spending what's left of the night in the cells, but at least Steve lets him enjoy a final ciggy before being locked up. The man later coughed up and pleaded guilty to stealing scrap metal. He was sentenced to 3 weeks in prison, and the whereabouts of the missing tobacco tin remain a mystery. Still to come, the sharp end of street crime.
What have you got on, yeah?
The blade in my pocket there.
Tractor trouble in Carlisle.
That for some reason is turned over, obviously blocking the whole of the carriageway.
And officers get to the bottom of one man's drug stash.
I found concealed on his purse in quite an intimate place, a quantity of heroin.
Coming up, time's up for a suspected drug dealer.
Stand by, he's at the door, and he's in.
Weedy whiffs on the M6.
I can smell something suggesting cannabis.
And a drunk with something to hide.
There's the thing that says, leave Barrow town centre immediately.
Please.
Like all parts of the UK, drug use and drug-related crime are a big problem in Cumbria. But police are fighting back. Last year, they seized nearly £1.5 million worth of drugs, double the total from the year before. Today, interceptors in Carlisle are planning a raid on a known drug dealer. They've had a tip-off that he's going to a house in the southeast of the city. Leading the team today is Colin Dunn.
Got some intelligence that there's a known drug dealer. He's taking a consignment of drugs and he's possibly going to be visiting a house. We're just going to plot up, wait for him to arrive, and then we're going to strike on the house, hopefully get him at the door, and then we'll carry out a search of the premises, hopefully get the drugs and the subject inside.
Colin and his colleague Pete Ross are driving an unmarked Vauxhall Vectra. Perfect for blending into the background, but with enough welly to hold its own in a pursuit. On arrival at the estate, they park up where they can discreetly observe the house the target is heading for.
We've got 2 routes into the premises covered for watching the subject approach, either in a car or on foot. We've got another patrol out of sight, just the 3rd route in, and the lads with all the MOE kit are out of sight and parked just round the corner, so they're only a few seconds away when the strike comes in.
A few minutes later, the target turns up.
Stand by, he's at the door, and he's in. On you? Yeah. Not too fast.
The interceptors have to move quickly but without alerting the suspect. If he's carrying any drugs, he'll get rid of them before the team can get to him.
No fire, man.
The rest of the house clear?
Yeah. Upstairs.
What we're going to do
Go upstairs,
is search you two, and then we'll get the house searched.
Can we have someone search your room upstairs to make it for us clear to do a search on these two?
They've got their man, plus the occupant of the house. They'll both get a thorough search. Their suspect is up first.
If you make any movements which I deem to be violent, you will be put to the floor and dealt with, all right? Yes. Good.
A quick search turns up some cannabis resin and a needle, but no hard drugs. But interceptors don't give up that easily. It's time for a very intimate and private investigation.
They just boxer shorts. Right, take them off for us. So you can see underneath. Yeah, bend over. Right over. No, I need you to bend over. There, yeah, right.
They found something hidden where the sun don't shine.
Right, don't push any further, mate. We're not going to touch you. All right. It looks like a white bag, but yeah, go on, you bend over.
Do
you want to try and get it out for us?
Bottom.
Welcome to the glamorous side of being an interceptor.
The subject that we've detained, one of them, we've brought him here, we've done the search on him and found concealed on his person quite an intimate place, a quantity of heroin. So all the lads are going to do now is arrest him for possession of heroin and take him down to the police station.
Yeah, even be placed under arrest for possession of controlled drug, all right.
With heroin found on one of the suspects, the rest of the team carry on searching the house for illegal substances.
Although we've come in really quickly, now slowing it right down and making sure we search everything in every room, just for anywhere that somebody could have stashed something. Because in reality, what we're looking for is quite small. It's not going to stand out. So there's plenty of places it could be hidden.
As Colin knows only too well.
Carried out a strip search on the male and we found a wrap secreted up one of his orifices. Also some cannabis and a mobile phone which has been ringing constantly while we've been searching. As you can see on here, there's a quantity of cash and there's some needles. Right, so this gentleman's been arrested and he's going to be taken to Dunhill Police Station now, where he'll be held and then interviewed later in relation to the items that he's gone on.
The main suspect was convicted of possessing heroin and cannabis and given a 12-month conditional discharge. No charges were brought against the other man. It's a busy Saturday night in Barrow-in-Furness, southwest Cumbria. And the drinkers are out in force. Dog handler Glen is patrolling the town centre in the Ford Focus. It's just after midnight when he gets a call from a local unit.
Fall at the scene, got label closure.
Is that the lad you just give a 27 to?
A man has been causing trouble in the town centre and has been given a Section 27 direction to leave notice. This is an order to leave a certain area and not return, which the cops use to stop things kicking off.
Yeah, Roger.
The man has got into a taxi, but just in case he hasn't taken his dismissal seriously, Glen's been asked to keep an eye on him.
This is the lad in this taxi in front that was given a Section 27, which is one of these directions to leave the town centre. He's halfway there. He's got in the taxi, but he hasn't quite succeeded in leaving the town. So, he gets out, he'll get lifted.
Go ahead.
And he's getting out. Eric, he's jumped out outside Dandy's. You ought to come round. Hello, mate. You've been given an order to leave the town, haven't you? Got a ticket on you?
What?
Yeah? You've just been given a ticket, a Section 27 ticket, to leave the town centre, haven't you?
I don't think so.
You're not?
No.
Right. You not got anything on you? No ticket?
The man should have been given a paper ticket when he was ordered to leave the town centre, but he says he doesn't have one.
What's that? Let's have a look. Who was that? There's your section 27. There's the thing that says leave Barrow town centre immediately.
Oh, right, sorry.
That's the thing you've just been trying to hide from us. And
No, I haven't tried to hide
Yeah, you've
nothing.
been scrunched in your hand. Don't tense up with me. All right. He's all yours, Eric.
Thank you very much. Right, you're locked up. Breaching section 27.
There's his 27 that he tried to hide.
He's banged to rights and is now finally leaving the town centre for a night in the cells. But that's not the end of his worries.
I take it he's paid, yeah? He hasn't paid the taxi. How much do you owe you?
So £3.60 later, the man heads off to the Nick to sleep off the worst of it.
Yeah. All right, mate. See you, pal. Ta-ra. So, a night in the cells for him.
With the drunk safely ensconced in Barrow Nick, Glen continues his patrol. Half an hour later, he spots a man running around in front of a speed camera.
What are you doing?
No, just waiting for you.
Waiting for us? Why are you waiting for us?
I don't know. People have been chasing
Hey?
me. People have been chasing me.
They've been chasing you. You've just been running up and down
Yeah,
Salt
I know.
House Road. Take your hands out of your pocket. All right.
Yeah, it's only... All right, I've got a blade, like.
You've got what?
I've got a blade in my pocket there.
The man says he has a knife. This is serious. One false move and Glen's in trouble. He calls for backup.
Can I have a patrol, please, to Salt House Road?
Yeah, I'm speaking to him now.
I think he's going to have to call you back.
What have you got on you?
The blade in my pocket there.
Which pocket?
The front bit there. Yeah.
I can't feel anything.
The front bit there. Oh, it might have fell down the pants.
Right, so I can get more control of you. I'm going to cuff you, all right?
Right, no worries.
For the purposes of a search, just keep your hands where I can see them, all right?
Yeah.
Where's this knife at then?
Hey, damn pants there.
Apparently, the knife has fallen down into his trousers. There are many things that Glen would rather do than rummage around this fella's trackies, but soon he finds the very offensive weapon.
Why are you carrying that? Got anything else on you?
Well, I just told you, because I thought someone was after me.
Got anything else on you?
No, that's it, mate. That's it.
The suspect says he doesn't have anything else, but Glen's not taking any chances. Backup's now arrived so he can be searched.
Just need to finish searching him off. Do you want to pat him down? I'll keep control of him.
Yeah,
Anything else on you at all? That
No,
you
I
shouldn't
swear
have?
down,
No
that's
sharps on you, anything?
No.
He's coughed it straight away that he had it.
The man is telling the truth. There's nothing else on him. But a knife like this could do all kinds of damage, and this chap doesn't look like he's a Boy Scout. Possession of an offensive weapon is a serious offence, and this fella could be looking at a lengthy prison sentence. Cumbria is one of the lowest rates of knife crime in the UK, and the Interceptors want to keep it that way.
Just coming down the road, and he's running up and down the street in front of the speed cameras, just doing laps. Whether he was trying to activate the speed cameras by running, God knows. When I've spoke to him and asked him if he's got anything on him, he's owned up straight away that he's got this knife on him. Kitchen knife with probably a 6 or 7 inch blade on it. So he's been locked up for possession of an offensive weapon, because I don't think he's a chef going to work, so he's been locked up. He'll spend the night in the cells and be interviewed about it tomorrow.
Back at Barrow Police Station, while the prisoner checks in for a night in the cells, Glen processes the weapon.
Certainly fillet somebody with that. Carrying that round just takes somebody to say the wrong thing to him and it's used as a weapon. So get it booked in, start the paperwork and then get back out.
The man pleaded guilty to possessing a bladed article and was sentenced to 4 months in prison, suspended for a year, along with a 12-month supervision order. Still to come, a European Union on the M6.
Lithuanian, Latvian, Polish?
Latvia.
You're Latvian, okay.
And a truckload of cows block the streets of Carlisle.
How to bring Carlisle to a standstill.
Coming up, a spot of bovine bother.
There's more cleaning up for you.
And unusual diet tips.
You have cannabis for breakfast, yes? Not good.
Cumbria is one of Britain's most rural counties. Usually its four- and two-legged inhabitants coexist in perfect harmony. However, countryside and city can collide, with calamitous consequences. It's late morning in Carlisle, and traffic is at a standstill due to an overturned tractor and trailer. On the scene is Interceptor Dougie Cunningham, a Scotsman who'd rather eat steak than haggis, and he's now faced with a particularly beefy problem.
We've had a tractor with a trailer that's got 9 cows in it. That for some reason has turned over, obviously blocking the whole of the carriageway. The obviously concern at the moment is for the safety of the cattle that's in the back of the trailer. We've got to somehow get them out of that trailer and into a second trailer without, one, spooking them, and two, allowing them to disperse into the general public area.
But if the cattle do escape, they won't be going far, as the firearms boys are at the scene and ready to strike.
Should any of these cattle bolt and then make their way out into the public, then unfortunately they're going to have to be disposed of. But hopefully we've taken enough precautionary measures that that won't happen.
One false move from the cows and they're mincemeat. And it looks like word has got out amongst the herd.
There's more cleaning up for you. It's a lot easier with sheep.
The blocked road is the main route into Carlisle city centre from the north. And until the cows are safely in the truck, the southbound carriageway is closed as well.
How to bring Carlisle to a standstill in one easy swoop.
They want to get the traffic moving as quickly as possible, but they can't rush the cows in case they try to escape.
Status at this point is we've got 1 cattle left to go in. Once we get it in, we get the doors closed in this wagon, get them secured, then we can start to get the traffic flowing again.
Eventually, the final heifer is herded aboard and the southbound carriageway can be reopened.
Phil, just let the traffic flow now, please, mate.
With the cows safely on their way, the recovery teams can get to work shifting the tractor and trailer. Dougie's been a Cumbrian cop for 11 years and he's seen his fair share of cow-based carnage.
You get a lot of movement of cattle and things like that. And we've also got, well, north of the city we've got a abattoir, and south of the city we've got the auction mart. But that's part and parcel of being a rural county, you see.
A tip-top tractor like this costs nearly 80 grand new, so it's an expensive accident all round.
The initial impression may be that the cattle's moved as he's gone round the bend, which causes an imbalance in the trailer and the trailer tips over. But until we've had it examined to make sure there was no mechanical fault, then we don't really know what's happened yet. Cattle are okay, they're a bit shook up. They've been taken back to the farm. And the driver, he's okay now. He's a lot happier now he knows that his cattle are okay.
The crash has made a mess of the road surface and it needs to be repaired before the carriageway can be reopened. Apart from that, it's been a successful operation with no human or bovine injuries. And most importantly for the cows, none of them made a run for it.
Had the cattle escaped, then there'd have been no option left but for the destruction of them, which would have meant they would have been basically shot to ensure the safety of the public.
The repair team get to work, and finally, 3.5 hours after the incident was first reported, the road can be reopened.
We're all cleared up, road's been cleared. Yeah, we're good to go. Let's get the road reopened again.
And Dougie's off to have a spot of lunch, though maybe this time he'll give the steak and chips a miss. It's a sunny September morning and Interceptor Gordon Robson is patrolling the M6 near Kendal. This veteran interceptor has been a police officer in Cumbria for 28 years.
OK, it's time to do some work, mate.
In his more than a quarter of a century on the job, Gordon's seen and heard it all, and has developed a sixth sense when it comes to sniffing out a suspect.
BB from Mike Sierra 95.
A silver Nissan has just driven past,
Vehicle's mobile.
triggering his radar for wrong-uns.
200 checking headlight, vehicle and insurance details, please, Owen. We're just going to have a little check of this one, but we'll have a word with the gentleman, just see where he's off to today, just to make sure everything's as it should be.
A quick flick of the blues and twos and the car pulls over. Time to see if Gordon's nose for crime is on the money.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Just a routine check. Where are we off to today?
Driving in job.
You are?
Job. Working.
You're going to a job,
Yeah.
OK. Lithuanian, Latvian, Polish?
Latvia.
You're Latvian,
Yeah.
OK. Are you the owner of the vehicle, sir?
Yeah,
Your
it's
car?
my car.
OK, thank you. Do you have UK licence too, or just Latvian?
No, that's Latvian license.
Gordon takes the driver to his car so he can run his details through the police national computer. And he's clean. But this veteran interceptor doesn't need a computer to tell him if something's up.
OK, that's fine. Do you mind if I have a little look in your car, see what you're carrying today? You're just carrying tools, that sort of thing?
The driver may have done nothing wrong, but Gordon thinks there's something suspicious about the passenger.
Quite often, people have a little bit of something in the car they shouldn't have, like cannabis, OK? Yeah. But I can smell something suggesting cannabis. So if cannabis in the car, we get it now, we produce it, we deal with it. Do not make me look for it and find it when you say it's not there.
All right.
OK, so we get cannabis?
Yeah, I've got it.
OK, let me having it.
I just need you check. Smoke to the pipe, glass pipe.
OK, OK.
My pipe.
What is this? Cannabis?
Cannabis.
Any
Yeah.
more drugs
No,
in the vehicle?
no.
Just this one?
Yeah, you check.
I won't be arresting you, but we will deal with it in the vehicle. All right, so come and join me in the car. There's a lot of stuff in there, and to search that vehicle extensively would have taken me a very long time. You simply interact with these people and say, well, have you got some? And quite often they tell you they have. And won't be told, a little bit of cannabis and a little bit of pipe. So he won't be having that on his building site today, that's a certainty.
And this bong-smoking builder has a confession for Gordon.
Second time.
Second time for cannabis?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Ordinarily we give you a warning. Okay, we go, don't do it again. You've been warned, you've done it again. So you get £80 fine, but you do not get arrested.
Along with the fine, he's getting some words of wisdom.
Cannabis, you've had cannabis for breakfast, yes? Not good.
Not good.
Not good. Not good for building. And my strong advice to you is to stop smoking cannabis.
Stop smoking.
It is not good for you, and it is not good for the houses that you are apparently building.
Can I go? Thank you.
Off you go.
Have a good day.
Oh, yeah. Bye-bye.
And the builders can get off to work. Gordon's dodgy geezer detector has worked again.
My decision to stop that car was simply based on, believe it or not, as that car drove past me, the passenger just had a little bit of a too long a look at me as he went past. Unfortunately, people are very, when they're doing something wrong, they're very good at subliminally telling me that they are. That little look was just for too long and made me think, you're guilty of something. And true enough, yes, he was.